let's start with the rapid fire round. The first question is, at what age do you want to retire?
Well, technically, I don't want to retire, right? I keep doing something, right? I don't like to be idle. Maybe once I finish with my corporate job, I will start something on my own where I do contribute towards something. Not decided yet. There are multiple ideas, but yes,
How long does it take you to get ready in the mornings?
very fast. I don't spend too much time on the in front of the mirror.
Favorite color?
Red,
What time of day are you most inspired?
mornings,
How many hours of sleep can you survive on?
6 hours.
The city in which the best kiss of your life happened.
Interesting. Bangalore,
Pick one, Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
How do you relax?
Read books,
How many cups of coffee do you drink per day?
3 to 4.
A habit of yours that you hate.
Less skip, I would say.
The most valuable skill you've learned in life.
Be open.
Your favorite Netflix show.
I'm not a Netflix guy.
Are you an early riser or a night owl?
Early riser.
One word description of your leadership style.
You understand the person, then you lead better.
Coffee or tea to kickstart your day.
Tea.
Top priority in your daily schedule.
Look at the most urgent parts of the day.
Ideal vacation spot for relaxation.
Anything with nature.
Key factor for maintaining a work-life balance.
Take breaks.
Let's go on to the longer questions, which you can answer with as much time and ease as you like. Many organizations struggle with scaling AI initiatives beyond pilot projects, often due to fragmented data, pipelines, and insufficient governance structures. What systematic approach do you recommend for successfully transitioning AI projects from proof of concept to enterprise-wide production deployment?
Yeah, very interesting question. See, when the ChatGPT started, right, the wave of generative AI started with ChatGPT, there was a buzz to start exploring things, and there was a time when a lot of POCs happened, right? But as things got mature, similarly with our own organization, also when we started maturing on things, we start the journey now with looking at value. That where is the value? Now start with that process and then look at building or scaling the solutions beyond that part, right? So what is the first important part is look at the value and then start scaling them, right? We have created an intake process where we start identifying the ROIs from the value perspective, what it delivers, and focus on those use cases.
And what are the most common governance gaps you've observed that prevent AI pilots from scaling?
The important gap, I would say, is not really understanding the technology, what value it can bring. It starts with that, right? Because this is a technology which is rapidly evolving, and having not good understanding of that, where it delivers value, how it delivers value is where the starting point is. I think the literacy levels of AI needs to increase. With that, then people can understand where the value comes from and then use them to scale the solutions.
With generative AI transforming multiple business functions, where do you see the biggest value creation opportunities for enterprises? And how has your experience at Philips shaped your perspective on prioritizing Gen AI investments?
Yeah, the value comes pretty much in every area because obviously, if you look at wherever there is data, there is AI, right? You can leverage AI wherever there's data. So the scaling starts from looking at the processes where you can involve AI, right? We kind of do a value mapping propositions. We look at data of each of those processes and then start scaling those leveraging AI there. That's what we do at Philips, right? The main important element is start looking at the data silos where earlier in the traditional way we were not engaging the data, but now with AI that capability is available to you. Start looking at the whole value chain, right? Where AI can infuse. There are some areas where probably AI is not the solution, but wherever there's data, there's always a possibility that AI can be involved either to streamline the process or improve the process.
And what criteria do you use to determine which business processes are most suitable for Gen AI transformation versus traditional automation?
Again, as I said, Gen AI is not the solution for everything, right? We need to really look at the process bottlenecks. What are the challenges that you have in the processes, right? Start from there. Wherever there is an initiative where you can automate by simple, power automate structures, right? Go for that. Don't use AI because AI is expensive. And look at solutions where AI really makes sense from an ROI standpoint, right? It is there you need to make investments.
The synergy between cloud infrastructure and AI capabilities is crucial, yet cloud costs can spiral quickly with AI workloads. How do you establish governance frameworks that optimize this synergy while maintaining cost control?
Costs are crucial, right? AI, as I said, is expensive if you don't do it right. What we have done within Philips is we have created what we call a foundation, Gen AI Foundation, which is a framework to optimize the cloud cost. Right now, we use the shared model where when somebody wants to develop a AI solution, they come to the foundation and leverage the cross-functional capabilities that brings stable, which is also secure, thereby reducing the overlapping costs. Right? That's how we have started the journey. Again, we are looking into a lot more things now in the future where we bring in agentic setup and all of that to drive the cost factor.
So there's a fundamental principle: AI is only as good as the data. Based on your experiences building AI infrastructure at Philips, what comprehensive approach do you recommend for preparing and maintaining enterprise data assets for AI readiness?
When it comes to AI, data is a strategic asset, right? You need to start looking at data. Where are the silos in the whole value chain process where we can leverage AI and look at not only just using the existing data, but curating it to meet the AI needs, right? Because structured data, unstructured data, then the semi-structured data, all of these are important elements to distinguish when you use AI. AI is strong with unstructured data when it comes to, structured data. But when it comes to the unstructured data, right, there's where I think we need to really look at, right, which is a huge potential.
And what data quality standards and validation processes are essential before feeding data into AI models, especially in regulated industries?
Yeah, we as Philips are in a regulated industry in the health tech domain, so there are a lot of laws which govern the use of AI. Especially if you look at the most recent one is the EU AI Act, which is already in place. So having a very kind of neat, responsible AI framework is crucial to that. We at Philips have established that setup where we have 8 governing principles which drive the responsible AI framework, which includes looking at biases, looking at responsibilities, looking at observabilities, transparency, etc. All of that.
And one of the biggest organizational challenges is addressing employee fears that AI will replace human workers. How are you fostering successful human AI collaboration models that demonstrate AI as an augmentation tool rather than a replacement threat?
And that's a very crucial part of the journey that we have started in Philips. We have all the best of the tools of that are available in the market, whether it's Copilot, whether it is ChatGPT Enterprise Edition or other tools. We also have a homegrown ChatGPT as well. So we have empowered our employees with all of these tools. The primary intent there is to enable them to learn AI, use it for the their own personal productivity, also from other areas where it will benefit them, so that the fear of left out or leaving out is not there to start with. But then not only that, they also contribute towards the larger AI journey that the organization is moving towards.
And so AI implementations require significant investment in infrastructure, talent, and technology. How do you establish meaningful ROI measurement frameworks for AI initiatives? And what metrics have proven most valuable in demonstrating business impact at Philips?
Very important question. As I mentioned earlier, if you don't leverage AI well, it is going to be very expensive. So the journey starts from the demand intake process, what we call, look at the value proposition from the beginning. Now, if you're going to invest certain amount into this process, what value are you going to derive out of it? Whether it is the speed of implementation, whether it is the data, which also is a crucial part of the whole AI journey. You need to look at each element to look what returns it will return you, and then scale those solutions. Right? You look at each and every element of the whole value chain process. Right? Whether it is also on the literacy side, there is also ROI there. Whether it is scaling a chatbot solution, then look at the ROI. What are you taking out to bring in this process which is going to help you improve the ROI? I think that's where it starts. But in addition to all of this, I think the crucial part is looking at doing it in a very responsible way. That also has an element of cost to that. So you bake in all of this into your whole value chain process. That is how you approach it.
And what approach do you take when AI projects show strong qualitative benefits but struggle to demonstrate quantifiable financial returns?
Yeah, as I said, you start with the value chain process, right? You look at the returns, what you are intending to get out of it, right? Now, obviously, there are certain areas in the initial period of time where there might not be returns, but from a long term perspective, you still have a focused plan where you extend that and you will be able to get the returns. So, if your plan is clean, your plan is robust, then I think you can easily make those ROI distinctions.
Looking towards the next frontier of AI innovation, from autonomous agents to multimodal AI systems, how is your organization preparing for these emerging capabilities while maintaining current operational excellence?
Our journey started when ChatGPT came into picture, when we started with the initial POCs or small chatbots and all of that. But if we look at what the industry is moving towards, there's a rapid change, rapid new things coming into picture. To catch it is very, very difficult. But then we have started our journey in a small pace. So we have now started looking at agentic frameworks. We are looking also into the data improvement initiatives, again, which is also crucial, right? We are taking baby steps there, but considering where the industry is moving, there's an element of big governance steps that needs to be taken, because while you're catching up on the technology side, you also need to catch up on the regulation side, right? So that is the challenge that we are trying to address. How do we catch up with the technology along with being responsible as well, right? So somewhere we need to balance that. But yeah, we are going step by step there, so that we don't end up in a situation where we are left behind from a technology standpoint, but also we are also governed well from a regulatory standpoint.
From a user experience perspective, how can marketing teams leverage generative AI to create more personalized and engaging customer journeys without compromising privacy or appearing intrusive?
Yeah. One of the important initiatives that we've taken is to leverage AI in the customer journey, right? We have built a tool for using the consumer insights journey of the innovation process of our product development, right? We get the feedback from customers, how we as a company are faring, our products, how they are faring, etc. That huge amount of feedback that is available in the public forums are leveraged. We feed that into our AI systems, which then drives the innovation process of what our products have to improve upon, or what are the new products that we are supposed to build. I think that's the crucial part that we're leveraging AI for now. That's one part of the journey. But then also when it comes to marketing content, marketing, presentations or marketing drives, all of that, AI is also infused there.
And what ethical boundaries should marketers establish when using AI to analyze customer behavior and preferences?
Yeah, as I mentioned already, responsible AI is a very important element, whether it's brand reputation in place or whether it is your legal compliance requirements. Everywhere it's a crucial element. So we have established a responsible AI framework, which not only drives the technology angle, what needs to be done to meet the compliance angle, but more from also looking at the reputation of the company as well, what needs to be done, how we release products which are not harmful to the end customers who use our products.
You've established upskilling programs like the Gen AI Ninja certification. What key competencies should professionals develop to remain relevant in an AI driven workplace?
Yeah, that's very crucial. You know, employees, as you already touched upon, saying that the fear of not catching up or AI replacing jobs. I think that's a crucial element to address within an organization. And towards that goal, we started an initiative called Gen AI Ninja certification, which is basically nothing but empowering the employees to embrace AI so that they can be part of the journey and not be fearful of AI taking over jobs, or AI impacting them. This journey has been very, very successful because close to half of a population has been enabled on this certification program, and a lot more are in the journey. We have launched 3 levels, starting at the beginners levels, which is the basic program, then at a mid-intermediate level, which we call as yellow belt, and then a green belt, which is the highest level, which is pure technology driven. So in this journey, we are bringing in the feedback, what is given by the employees, and continuously feeding into the process to improve the latest and the greatest that is coming in the technologies.
So, what does your typical day at Philips look like? You wake up in the morning and then
Yep. Wake up in the morning, look at my calendar. What's the important steps to be done today, accomplished today? Get ready, go to office, work to the schedule that I have prioritized. Look at then what else to be done. Email responses, obviously, that's part of the whole day program. And in the end, see if I achieved what I did for the plan for the day.
and how much of your time is taken up in meetings?
A lot of time, I would say.
Okay. How can marketing leaders use AI to better understand and predict customer behavior while maintaining ethical data usage practices and building customer trust?
Trust is an important factor. If you look at where the market is heading, there's a lot of talk on AI happening, but there's also a lot of talk of whether AI is reliable, right? While it brings in a lot of benefits, it is on our side to bring the element of trust into the solutions that we are building. And how do we achieve that? We make the solutions very clean. When I say clean, it means that when somebody uses the solution, they should cleanly understand that how it's working, what are the steps it is taking to arrive at a decision, for example, or what are the important elements that it is used to come up with the solution, right? You give the sources of the solution, what it is giving you. These are some of the important steps when it comes to building the trust. Now, without that, obviously, it is always difficult to get the trust of the customers, right? So you need to bake in all of these elements, which builds the confidence of the customers or the consumers, right? Especially in the medical domain, there are regulations to that, but then there's also a reputation at stake here, right? So these are very, very important steps when you're building an AI solution.
Looking towards the future, then, what emerging trends in AI governance and responsible AI do you believe will become critical for organizations to address in the next 5 years?
Yeah. One, I think if you look at where the technology is heading, agents are going to play a very big role in how you work in an organization, right? So the important element now is how do you govern these agents, right? You have to build a framework where while you allow the technology to be used, right? But you also need to build the governance around the agentic setup, right? Agentic frameworks, agentic orchestration, also looking at the responsible element of the AI orchestration is also important, right? Technology is going to change a lot, but then catching up from a governance stand also is going to be equally important because trust, as I mentioned already, is a crucial factor. If you are not trusted using AI, then obviously whatever solution you put in place is not going to work, right? So yes, this is one great area that I think everybody, not only Philips as such, will have to be really focusing on.
And what new ethical considerations might emerge as AI systems become more autonomous and capable?
Yeah, obviously, as I mentioned, right, more and more autonomous AI is going to bring those additional challenges that do we really trust it, right? Now, how do you give the transparency of how the AI is behaving is going to be crucial, right? How you give out uh, the usage when it comes and you are going to use it, it should be clear and transparent to you, saying that no, this is what the AI is doing to you. And I think the most important part is upfront being that it is an AI, right? That starts the journey of being a trustfulness here, right? The journey when it starts using AI, then you build those solutions, you build those transparency elements so that the solution is clean when it comes to customer user and it's easily you know, usable for the user, right? So I would say that's where the journey starts. Build the trust upfront, saying that I'm using AI to give you a solution, but then this is how I'm using AI so that the solution is clean for you.
All right, so the last question for you is of a personal kind. What would you be doing in your life if not this?
I think I will be doing agriculture. Yeah, I come from an agriculture background. My family comes from an agriculture background. That's something which I still love in my free time. So probably I'll go back to that. I'm Rakesh Doddamane, Gen AI leader, user experience leader, Philips. Catch me on the Technologies of the Month show.